Alright guys, I'm still up here, 700,000 US dollar here on my Bitcoin and Ethereum position, and guess what? The Federal Reserve is going to absolutely pump Bitcoin. I will talk about this tweet and why the Bitcoin price is about to pump, and as well talk about some hidden charts, guys. This video is going to be absolutely exciting. I just came back from traveling. I just came and traveled all across the world, so I haven't been able to make a video in the last couple of few days, but I'm currently back, and this is going to be a banger, guys. Let's dive here straight into it. So basically, we are currently still in the 5th stage here of this Bitcoin bull cycle. We still here have a couple months left here until eventually this all-time high is going to be hit here, probably around the end here of this year. We've made the calculations in many of my video, and it's probably going to be somewhere here around this red line. So what is very likely going to be happening is that we are slowly going to be moving very continuously here still to the upside here in the coming few months, and eventually we are going to be hitting here this long-term target here of around 200,000 US dollar. Now currently we are seeing that the Bitcoin prices are struggling a little bit, and we had a little bit of a move here to the downside. We are currently very close here to retesting here this previous all-time high that we actually set here back here in January here at the start here of this year. Damn, time is absolutely flying. If I go here to the 7 hour, let's actually see that we did actually came very close to it. We pretty much touched it, and it's very possible we're again going to be coming back here and retouching this as well a secondary time. If we actually recover from this, this would probably be a kind of a swipe here from the bottom and then a recovery as well back to the upside. But to be honest, guys, I am not that keen and not that really interested in short-term price action. I mean, my Ethereum trade is just absolutely blowing and is just doing absolutely amazing, as you guys can see here, up 733,000 US dollar here on this exchange. And by the way, I just posted this inside my VIP channel as well here. So I've just been holding this, been very transparent here about both these positions. The last position that I actually closed as well before this one closed at 650,000 US dollar as well. So things are going very, very nice in my position. And I think it's just a matter of time and just kind of waiting this thing out. One of the reasons why Bitcoin is showing some weakness, even though we had some absolutely blowing away good news, is just purely because Ethereum is just performing really, really well. This reminds me a little bit of the 2017 cycle, where back in the 2017 cycle as well, we saw the Ethereum price have a massive rally here to the upside. And this kind of coincided with Bitcoin having a little bit of a short-term delay and a little bit of a correction. But we can actually see here that for Ethereum, that during the bull run as well, a little bit at the later stages as well here of the bull run, is we saw Ethereum here having this massive move here, this massive rally here to the upside. And I thought that at first that just because Ethereum is rallying, that that's going to be a negative sign for Bitcoin. But even if I look back here in 2021, we can actually see that, yeah, the major rally here on Ethereum actually happened around the all-time high. So when the Bitcoin price was setting this like all-time high, or was pretty much near the all-time high here around the 60,000 US dollar, we did see a major rally for Ethereum, but we also kind of saw that a little bit before we eventually had this all-time high, and we can kind of see a very similar rally in terms of size, where this was about a 100% rally, and the current rally is probably a little bit over that, but this one would be about a 120% mover to the upside. So a little bit of a similar rally that we actually saw here as well here for Ethereum here. And what we can actually see here is that the Bitcoin price still did a double after that. So just because Ethereum is performing well here in the short term doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be an all-time high. I think it's also quite unlikely that we're going to set an all-time high so quickly and so early. But it is a little bit something that's just holding Bitcoin back a little bit. So yeah, I'm still up here 50,000 USD here on my Bitcoin position, but it's not doing as well and as amazing as I really wanted it to be. But if something does change, of course, I will actually keep you guys here updated inside my VIP channel. It's completely free to join. Just all you have to do is just right over here, sign up here with the Blofin exchange or any of the other exchanges here written in the description. Then send me a DM right over here on Telegram. Just send me your user ID after you've actually deposited on this exchange. So for example, if you want to sign up here on Blofin, it's basically the main exchange that I'm using here. No VPN or personal information required. That's why I love this. All these other exchanges, you got to do KYC. This one you don't have to. So all you have to do is just press here the link in the description and then just register here with your email and your password right over here. You can also claim this massive bonus, sign up with Google, and then after you've deposited, send me your user ID here through Telegram, and I will actually add you to the group. So very simple like that. So that is what I'm kind of like primary doing here, is again just kind of, I'm trying to make as much money as possible to eventually buy Bitcoin when eventually we are going to have that $60,000 Bitcoin bear market bottom, maybe a little bit higher, $70,000. But if this chart is correct, like it has always been in the past here, the Bitcoin Rainbow Wave Indicator, what we're going to see is that the Bitcoin price is going to go here to about $200,000 here before the end of the year, and eventually it's going to come back to $70,000 in a Bitcoin bear market, to then eventually go here to about $500,000 here at the end of 2029. So you can kind of do the calculations yourself. If I'm going to be able to buy a bunch of Bitcoin right over here, you know, let's say, for example, if I can be able to buy $5 million worth of Bitcoin, that's going to turn into 40 million here at the end of the cycle of 2029. So strategy is pretty simple and straightforward. So that's why I'm just trying to make money, to do whatever I possibly can, you know, using these exchanges as well in a favorable way to actually make more money. So that's pretty much the goal here, just buying here back at 70,000 and eventually this swing here to the upside. Now, if you still pretty much think here that we're not going to have $200,000 or the Bitcoin price had set its all-time high already, well, the thing is, guys, is that this is a tweet here from Lynn Alden, and she's saying that if you miss Powell's speech, that's okay. He basically said nothing stops this train. So basically what Lynn Alden is saying is that the Federal Reserve came out and they said that they were going to lower the interest rates, and they were also going to increase the CPI target. Now, the thing is, I can go very much into detail what's really going on. I've done that so many times. I'm just going to give you the very short summary. But basically, the government is going to print more money. The government can't stop printing money, just like Lynn Alden is saying. The train can be stopped. I mean, we are addicted. Imagine like an addict that's drinking alcohol. You know, if they stop drinking alcohol, they go crazy, and if they keep drinking alcohol, they go crazy. There's really no way out, and that's basically what our economic system is. It's based on money printing, and the more money that gets printed, it's good for the Bitcoin price. Is it good for society? Absolutely not. If it's you know, potentially arguably good for Bitcoin, but if society is collapsing because of money printing and your Bitcoin is up, I don't think it matters that much. You know, if you could go to the store and there's no food anymore, then you don't really have anything with Bitcoin. It's a bit of a shame. But yeah, the government is printing money. There's no way to really stop this train. Too much debt, and they have to print a way out. And that's the summary of the Jerome Powell, his recent speech. So the Japanese are currently coming out as well here. They're looking here to lower the taxes on crypto. They're looking to diversify as well into crypto assets, very likely Bitcoin, something very, very positive. Not a lot of people have been talking about this as well. Something we have to keep in mind. If these nation states start to accumulate Bitcoin, we can definitely hit here $500,000 in the coming few years. For now, this target is still going to be here, as you guys know here, the top here of this fifth stage, $150,000. Then eventually, if we go here to $200,000, that's going to be basically the goal here for the next coming few months. So I will continue to trade and just, you know, do whatever I can to make more money. So if you actually do want to also join here, the private VIP channel is completely for free. You know, just where I post a trade here for anyone interested, for any traders out there. Again, just sign up here with the Blofin exchange here or any of the other exchanges. Then just DM me your user ID after depositing. Don't DM me with any other nonsense. I'm just not going to reply. I'm sorry. I've got a bunch of people DMing me a bunch of nonsense, and I'm not going to reply to that. Only just the people joining the VIP or general questions are okay, but just random stuff. Anyway, that's going to be the end of the video. Hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.